Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim bihi nasta'in. Did you know the praying, the actual praying is the wajib. The actual things we've got wajib and wujub. Wajib, something that we doing. The wujub is the actual things, the actual existing and things. Something is wujub. Wajibun, after is wujub, is after sort of conditional things. It is getting wajib. Example, wujub is exist. Wujub is the actual obligatory. The actual obligatory is exist before the wajib. We doing things. Before we doing things like illat. Illat is wujub is already there before ma'lul. Before ma'lul. And whatever things like muwassir is there before asr. It means something is already there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala باقتضائه بحكمته ينشأ وبعد يؤمر المكلف بإتيانه is the first and forehand. We're going to talk about wajib and wujub. Wujub is already there في لوح المحفوظ في عالم السبوت is already written for us, like salat. Salat is already praying, is already written for us as a mukallaf, as the one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creating us. We must all perform a salah, is already there. But wajib is upon the conditions. And that's wujub is salat. The obligation of praying is about the condition on. What is the condition? You must reach, you must have a knowledge. First you must have intellect. Knowledge intellect. You should know, you should be bulugh. يعني بلوغ العقل, بلوغ الجسم for girls in the girls age 9 and the boys complete the age of 15 and also some other sciences. You must know in things حتى عقل بلوغ. This is a condition. Then the salat is going to be upon you, obligate you be obliged to do it. So it is different between wujub and wajib. And wujub is in our reality, in our life, wujub is like so many things already Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us. Or it is suspended in a horizon, is already there, is waiting for someone to do it, is waiting for someone to reach that qualification, that level. But before that, when it comes to wajib, what we're doing, before that, this actual wajib, even it is sort of like you have to do something there. There is some element there. If you don't fulfill your duties with that element, you won't be able. Example, the actual wajib won't be accepted. Like wuzu. Before you're praying, you have to do a wuzu. You must do ablutions. Your salat is conditional upon your wuzu, is a purity. Allah asks us to stand before Him with purity, with a clean pure. You have to be pure. Our makan is salat, the place of salat has to be complete pure. It means shouldn't be from haram. Our clothes has to be pure. Shouldn't be najasat in there. Should be any dirt in there. And then everything, the way abolition, we stand this sort of things. You can't just go and pray. So, because the result is this, we thought about wujub. Wujub is already there. And this wujub, to perform this wujub, which makes wajib, has to be is upon the sort of conditions. You have to reach that sort of level in order to be obliged to do it. As example, the boy age, complete age 15 and the girls age 9, this sort of things. You have to do it. And the sort of other things. Like how you're going to يثبت الزنا على الشخص المزني. How you going to prove the adultery. The الزنا المصنع of the adultery. Someone is committed نعوذ بالله adultery. How you going to prove it? And that's, you can't prove it. The actual adultery is there. Is already the hukm is there. The hukm is already there. The hukm is like فَجْلِدُوهُمْ عَلَى 80 جَلْدَةً. Hukm is already there. But to prove it is there. The proving is there. How to prove it is something has to be there in order to be proven. like the witness of أربع رجل, like 4 men has to witness this one. 4 men has to witness the witness of 4 men. This sort of things. Now, there's a difference between wujub and wajib. So, as a mukallaf, the second thing, as a mukallaf, we must educate ourselves. We must educate ourselves. Fulfill this obligatory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the knowledge, with the ilm التفصيلي قبل الاتيان. يعني بعض العلماء يعتقد العلم الإجمالي لا يسقط التكليف إلا في حالة الإصرار والعوز. ولكن حاليا بنحو المكلف عندنا الحالات التفسيرية والمجالات العلمية في الجامعة العالية في الحوزات العلمية أي يتدرس ويتدرس كل المسائل التشريعية الدينية في الكيس. So we must before we must educate yourself. It is very important. Educate ourselves, and educational institute is the key to do it properly. Is the educational key. Timetabling our children, taken to a serious school of thought like theology or sarf or not all of this educational thought in regards of basic Islamic studies to differentiate things, to know what should I do before I praying, what things I need to accomplish, what is the criteria, what is the requirement. Everything has got a requirement before I commence it. And the most important thing is not just you doing things, not just imtisalul amr. It's not just doing things. And most importantly, it is the way you're doing to make sure how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking us. What really Allah asks is not the way we doing, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking us how we gonna do it. The way of Allah, not our way. In order to reach that level of Allah, we need a qata. Al-qat al-makhuz. Bil-maqtu'in bih. We must reach the level of certainty that it is really with all the research and getting research with so many abasis, trusted hadiths and scholars to find out what is the actual things. What should I do before I reach that level, and how we gonna perform? So as a mukallaf, as a person who is really gonna commit themselves to fulfill as a Muslim, we must knowing all the criteria, and then we're gonna do it. Knowing this is really my way or Allah's way, and knowing what's the actual things, and the actual things is a different from you doing things. Like a hurmat is a hurmat. As a hurmat is not a hurmat unless you commit that hurmat. Something is prohibited. It's not prohibited for you unless you're doing that. Like wujub. Wujub is not wajib. Something is obliged. Actually, it is not obliged unless you're doing things. And before all of this it's something you have to has got some preparation, pre-elementary to enter, conditioned upon. That's how the world of taklif is working. That's how it has been ranged, comes from the level and from the high sublime of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes from, revealed to us, tanzil, and comes down to us, how it has been ranked, how it has been calmed down to us upon condition and conditions.